up in composition. The Ra is maybe the one that's out of there, but you can't catch me counting Shinto out of anything. I'll give him whatever he wants, and it'll look good. Either way.
Thank you, Daphne. Thank you, Shaggy. It is indeed Fred, and Scooby is here with me. Doug, of course, working the camera, and Scooby, this is a big one for both of these two teams. Obey Alliance, this is our final look at them as well. We've definitely brought up the need to bring Umoja into some of your games, and I like now getting a chance to really look at inbound on this Umoja and get kind of a sense of where he stands. Right now it could be first blood, just a couple more autos from Wowie's all that's needed, but there's healing there from Rongyu as well. The body blocks separating the two hunters, but inbound pulling off to the left-hand side. Could it get turned around now? Wowie gets stuck down. Metroid gets first blood. Wowie finally finishes off the kill. Both supports, the last two alive.
Really, really impressive turnaround there from Sanguine, and a good all.
Panatom has reached level 5. Oh, this could get tough here. No beads for Wowie. Panatom up to the sky. Inbound. Backing away. Will the stun connect? It will this time. The follow-up is there from Rongyu, and there is just way too much from Sanguine. I love that rotation from Panatom immediately by Shinto. Shinto did have to use his beads there. Obey Alliance, though, really looking for this blue buff invade. Yarkor will jump in, but it's a blink right back in from Sino now. The double stun from Panatom does some serious work. Yarkor drops the Sentinel of Zeus, but Wolfie is rotated in forces Obey Alliance, but nice shot from the backline from Shinto. Will pull back one kill. Rongyu on his rotation might set up for another here. The Riptide sends inbound running. The range damage just a bit shy. You only need one or two more autos. Inbound waltzing away, but not fast enough, and Shinto will grab another.
Really great ultimate from Rongyu. Got inbound. He becomes, for my money, probably the strongest mage in the game right now. He just has so much survivability because of his movement speed and those protections he gets from his heal.
Rongyu has to use his ult to escape here. Final Judgment was charged up. Searing Pain right back through from Shinto as well. Down comes Panatom. Look at the damage now from Sanguine. Panatom, big play here in this fight. 2 for 2 though, both teams losing a mid laner, and then jungle on one side, support on the other. Might be all we have here in this fight. Ducky will be able to retreat. Panatom maybe, though, able to cut him off. Instead, looking like a blue buff invade.
Man, what an ultimate from inbound. That was perfect. Set it up with the Riptide, then locked in. Shinto doesn't have that mobility that someone like Thoth has, though. I think that was
as well. You know, I think all check marks up to this point for what we wanted to see here out of this pick. Potential lockdown, though, onto Netroid. Stun doesn't connect this time, but it does the second time around, and then inbound will Riptide himself away. Wowie, he's dashed back into the fight here. Netroid, he's got the level lead, but it's the damage from Wowie up and over, and then another stun from inbound here. Wowie with the knock-up from range. Netroid trades out one. Rongyu will look no further. Hunter for support. Maybe Obey Alliance come out ahead as the fight continues.
Shinto has to bead Saito all over him with that blink in, and Ducky has made his way over as well. Panatom double dunk, but Shinto, he can prove that this is a real threat for enemy teams going into playoffs, and that's going to be a big boon for Obey come picks and bans time. Color me impressed. I like the way he's playing.
Agreed. I'm with you here, Aggro. There's a fight, though, brewing over by the blue buff. Inbound on his own this time, and won't be enough damage just yet. Inbound stays alive. Shinto off the mark with his ultimate, but Wolfie is not. Sino nearly gets him on the fadeaway. Rongyu finally finishes off the kill onto inbound. Sanguine get the one. Netroid is over in mid lane as well. He has some snipes. Should the damage from mid be enough? He's used his ultimate, though, so now on the back end it's going to have to be re-engage from the rest of Sanguine. Ducky is stunned down. Sino, the same could be said for him. Netroid's all on his own. He trades out 1 for 1 with Sino, and Sanguine will pull back on the back end.
Man, Netroid is putting the pedal to the metal.
Back to even at least, a couple hundred gold in the lead. Sino getting aggressive, though, onto Yarkor here in the mid, and Yarkor will now leap into the backline. Watch out for Thor. Panatom dunks down. Wolfie will use the Aegis. But the double tap gets it done. Panatom hits Wolfie from range. Now the disarm being looked at. Shinto just wide on his snipe here. Riptide on back from inbound. The Ra has been left out of this fight outside of some damage. A little bit of healing as well. Yarkor locked in by the River's Rebuke, and Ducky will benefit to the tune of a kill. Inbound still in the backline, pouring out healing, keeping Ducky alive. Looks like Sanguine are actually the ones who want to leave.
Great Riptide, no heal for you, but Panatom says he doesn't need it. Hammers forward because here comes Flank Rom to the rescue again. And again, Netrioid trades out 1 for 1.
Oh, he gets one again on the back end. All right, look. I guess if you're getting 1 for 1, you're happy with it. If it's your goal, Shinto will get Ducky here as well. Flanking mission all on his own.
Rongyu's got to be careful. He's kind of caught in enemy territory. He's got Yarkor to jump to if necessary, but it looks like the team's coming to support him.
Look at the CC chain there. Double knock-up, double stun. Panatom looking to dunk on down, and he does so. Doesn't get the stun, but does get the kill onto Wowie. There are some snipes from Netrioid, this time safely from the backline, so the Sanguine Hunter will fully be able to participate in this fight. Panatom trying to cut off Inbound, who's used the River's Rebuke. And Sanguine will look for no more kills and instead turn back towards the FG.
No snipe available for Shinto, and Wolfie has final judgment, so someone has got to keep Wolfie out of this pit. Looks like it's Yarkor's job.
And Yarkor is doing more than that, might even get the kill here. He wants to tower dive. Final judgment takes a tick of shielding away, and Wolfie will end up falling. Sanguine look free and clear to take down this fire giant. This is a 2 versus 3 split, by the way. Yarkor has already gotten 1, might get even worse here for Obey Alliance if they continue to fight. Panatom snags the stun, and there's Rongu for the follow-up as well. How many fadeaway hammers have we seen from this guy this game? Just waiting for those cooldowns. The Riptide.
Just so many options
a shield
as well
away
to get away. Yeah, oh, that was huge.
Yeah, some of that shield was missing afterwards. Shinto snipes out a little bit of damage onto Wowie through the wall. It's another double stun for Panatom. This guy has not missed many times at all this game. A double kill for Netrioid, 3 down for Obey Alliance. We are 23 minutes into this game.
Mid-Phoenix just kind of the scenic route on the way to the Titan here for Sanguine.
Yeah, Sanguine are going to walk this one in. Frenzy popped, trying to keep Sanguine at bay, but Ducky's going to get stunned down here. Panatom will pick up that one, and the rest of Sanguine turn their eyes towards Sino before turning them right on back to the Titan in 23 minutes. Sanguine, they'll take game 1.
Made it look pretty easy, too, especially Panatom.
She's going to have to do a lot of work to stay the same in terms of what she can bring in game number 2. But Sanguine looking to close it out quick. Obey looking to hang on. We'll see if they can do it here in game 2.
I mean, it was a back and forth early game there for Obey and Sanguine, and then one big fight around that fire giant ends up rolling. Confirm the red buff and back away.
Like the idea, and if you can just get that blink away from Wolfie, horrific emblem, where does he go?
Wolfie right back through the Riptide from Inbound, but Shinto from range has enough damage, a double kill. Oh no, that's worst case scenario. This guy on Merlin is just too good, but look at the fight happening on to the left. Wowie picks one up on a Netrioid as Sino has kind of left the red buff skirmish and created one of his own here on the left-hand side of the map, and Netrioid does end up going down. But the big story here is now Shinto with a double kill. Could still be a chase on, and Sino will actually leap in here. He's done half of Shinto's damage. Ducky will rotate over from solo as well. Panatom doing his best to lock him in, and Ducky will follow up the double tap in onto Shinto. And look at the chase on the back end from Obey, grabbing a couple kills.
I don't know why Shinto turned back around. I thought he was out. Rongu kind of in a similar boat. I don't think he was going to survive, but still ends up getting caught by Ducky's rotation. And what has Yarkor gotten for this time that Ducky has really swung the game back in Obey's favor nearly single-handedly once he gets horrific, and less Inbound is there to shuttle him away with Riptides. That's kind of the only way I can see Wolfie end up surviving in any sort of situation where Rongu's able to get onto him.
Well, now it's Panatom who's on Wolfie. Here you go. There, perfect example of some damage. Wolfie extends his own life a little bit longer thanks to the ultimate and some healing. Sino is in on follow-up. Rongu low here, drops the horrific emblem, transforms. I don't think will have the ability to get out, and Inbound will pick up the kill there. So,
might need some extra health later on in the build. That's definitely the weakness of this build so far, is it doesn't have that HP.
Wolfie gets sent right back into Shinto. There's the lockdown we expect from Panatom.
I just don't think Merlin is that good. I just don't think he does anything super well these days. Objectives is still his main area of expertise, but you got gods like Rom no matter what point.
I mean, what do you do? I don't know what you do if you're Inbound. I mean, you just get melted down by Shinto. Fire stance. You don't often see that either. A Netrioid, of course, cleanup crew on the back end will hit his snipes. but so much damage being brought in by Shinto right now. Ducky top of the charts, but Shinto right there behind him. It could be the first Fury of the set being looked at by Sanguine, and Obey Alliance won't be in range to answer. Small brawl still happening.
Brings to the whole team with the power buff of Solar Blessing and that actual confirm, which Merlin has never had. His early game is still so weak that I just don't know if it's really worth picking him.
Oh man, Wolfie just cannot get away from any of this. This time, Yarkor looks like he's going for inbound, but then instead ults Wolfie on the back end of the... and you know, you should think you have consistent dive to get to him from Obey, but they haven't been able to find him here just yet. Maybe it's Sino who can get something done. He's effectively 2v1ing here on a Netrioid, who will take to the skies on some snipes. Sino nearly dies for it. The last auto attack from range won't be there, but Wowie will airstrike up and over. Panatom in on some peel as well. Wowie, he'll get nothing except death for this attempted fight. Ducky will have to wall and stun to get away from Shinto, but the flicker could gap close. Not quick enough though, and it looks like Obey Alliance will stay alive, and now it's Shinto who's maybe overextended.
Really good re-blink in from Wolfie, and that's why you pick up the blink there, Dave.
Good look though from Sanguine. I wonder how long they'll wait here for Wowie to get back from base. Poor guy just respawns, and now Rongyu is going to jump in, drop the horrific emblem, pulled back in by Panatom. Easy as you like for Sanguine. Now there's a tier 2 tower and left on the menu.
Horrific emblem is basically like adding more CC to your kit instantly, and it's worked out pretty well for him.
Sino looking for Shinto in the mid. Shinto very close to at least turning around one there, so Sino will survive. Obey Alliance tried to answer what Sanguine just did, but shoved it down mid, and we're at least able to find one killer. River's Rebuke from inbound will only slow down Yarkor, who's able to walk right around the sides. Panatom has picked up another, Rutro, there you go, aggro. Netrioid with some snipes. Helps out in nearly getting a kill.
Look, I watched Wolfie die for the 4th time, and I just needed a Scooby snack, okay?
Yeah, he needs some Scooby snacks too. Unfortunately, it's not like spinach for Popeye, where suddenly, like, you're transformed into an unstoppable force like Yarkor is right now. He'll die, but he stays alive a bit longer than Obey Alliance had bargained for. Outside of just Rongyu from Sanguine to avoid the engage. 5-man collapse from Obey. Wolfie looking for the wrap onto Rongyu. Horrific emblem gets dropped. Now Rongyu is transformed. Panatom into the back line, and Wolfie's ultimate will not find a kill. Instead, it's Shinto. Free damage onto the mid laner. Easy as you like for Sanguine now. River's Rebuke crashes down, and inbound has to retreat. Sanguine have bought their time. Added a kill as well. The dash on Info Panatom will slow down the back, and he hits it. The bleed might just get it done here, but inbound able to stay alive. Shinto won't get the kill. But Scooby snacks a little bit. Sanguine up almost 9k gold. That 7k seems like a blue moon ago. Wolfie nearly dies here. Sino will jump in onto Netrioid. You can at least get that one if you're Ducky, who now has to back away from the rest of the fight. Wowie looking for a landing spot, and it's right in the back line with Panatom. Will Wowie survive? No, he won't. Rongyu will leap in, complete the kill there. Now Wolfie thinks he's in a decent spot to return some damage. Inbound lives again. But instead it's a double kill for Rongyu, who works his way in. Now the support for Sanguine getting in the kill feed. Shinto unable to turn around the damage, but Panatom there is Sino wrapped around the backside and adds another for Obey. Yeah, maybe, right, at least not on broadcast. Wolfie has to heal himself up, but Yarkor sees him right over towards the Oracles. My god, look at the damage from King Arthur. This is just gonna get worse. A double kill for Yarkor. He's gonna chase down onto inbound to now. Ducky, big stun in the back. He's there with Sino as well, and now Obey Alliance have picked one up onto Netrioid, and Sino is likely able to get out alive here. Panatom leaps in, Sino turns course, and Panatom rampaging as the Osiris takes a seat.
That was not going to be a great fight for Obey Alliance chasing down Sanguine. They may have been a little bit low coming off the Fire Giant, but that was some time ago, and Fire Giant regen doesn't mess around.
Here's a good metric on how much damage Panatom's build can still do. Yeah, there's a little hybrid in them. Thanks to, you know, some of the CC built into those kits that we've talked about early on here. Panatom avoids the damage, but Sino sure can't. There's a 1v1 for you. Ducky, the unfair 2v1 turns around. Ramsey's loving it, and Ducky will trade out for the 1-for-1. Value that a Merlin can bring you, the ability to send some damage over those walls. Rongyu transforms here. Drops Chorus on a Netrioid and Shinto. Sanguine start to work their way in. Rongyu is taking so much damage here, but look at the double stun from Yarkor on the backline. Wolfie immediately deleted. Yarkor could just get this fight done all on his own. Wrong you, Shinto and Netrioid, they're back and healing up, working down onto the Phoenix, while Yarkor is working away at the Obey Alliance front line and back line. He's gonna get another in this fight. Suddenly this King Arthur has come alive. Sanguine, 4 members strong. Panatom rejoining from base. Now is the time if you're Obey. Ducky dunks on in, finds a stun onto Netrioid. The follow-up damage from Wowie is there, but Sino's the one who ends up picking up the kill. The chase is on now as the Osiris tries to work down another kill or two.
But Yarkor is still going strong. That's 2 more for him, and he's going to find Sino as well. Might not be wearing the Hidden Leaf headband anymore, but he's cutting them down like Uchiha.
Yeah, baby, mid lane. Phoenix down for Sanguine. I swear I know what you're talking about, Aggro, I promise. Of
course you do.
Sanguine, 27 minutes in. We're going to work on in onto the Titan here. Wolfie back on in from base, gets the kill onto Yarkor, but inbound is alive, and I think Sanguine have to think twice, and they will indeed.
You just kind of go for it on this FG. You hope that you can stall Sanguine long enough to make sure it's enhanced, so that it's even harder for them to get, and then you let the FG do some of the work for you, because you need the help.
Wow, they don't even want to fight around the FG. Obey Alliance might be trying to fight right now. Shinto with the beads will sidestep the stun from Ducky, who has to disengage. Took half of his health instead. Now it's inbound, popping the frenzy, but Shinto, of course, he's going to kite Yon backwards. Wowie airstrike over, but now he's in the middle of all of Sanguine. A double kill for Shinto. He's got Sino, he's got Wowie, and Aggro. Sanguine, I think, could walk down the mid lane and might just take the Titan.
Yeah, what was that about enhanced FG? Yeah, we don't need any of that. That's not going to be necessary here. Inbound gets CC'd, has the Riptide, but can't imagine he's finding a way out of this.
That's a leap on over from Wrong You, who actually might die to Wolfie. The damage just shy, but it sure isn't from Sanguine. Shinto has gotten all 3 of the kills on all 3 dead Obey Alliance members. Ducky survives in the end, and it's inbound here as well. I'm not sure they have the damage to keep this one at bay. Wrong You is going to be there to play separator. Shinto finds a 4th. Wrong You finds the deicide, and Sanguine, they'll find the 2-0.
Look, Sanguine, Dave, I'm going to be honest with you. Tomorrow, I think we might have some sets that go a little bit differently than a lot of the SPL we've seen up until this point. Sanguine can't help but pick good gods. Like, they just don't have it in them to pick bad gods, I don't think. So it doesn't surprise me that they